Now I wanted to take a real quick video of how to build your bunkin shelves. I've already done this, actually did this last year, so I'm just going to kind of go over real quick what I did. The supply list is pretty simple. You could just have a wire shelf you can buy at any home improvement store. Some chain, some cheap chain. This is black metal chain, nothing too heavy duty. And you're going to need a pair of bolt cutters or something to be able to cut this wire down to the length you need. Now what you do, there's other videos to show this, but this is what I've done, which is pretty much the same, is I've measured the pole that holds the canvas up. I measured it to where I want the shelf on both sides to make it even. I cut the wire down to length. As you can see on both ends it looks the same. So just show you the one. You just drill a hole into the piece of metal, just slightly bigger than the bar size. You cut it down. When you cut these down, make sure you don't cut them off right near this piece of this wire here, the piece of shelf. You want to make sure you leave that nipple out so you can get it in this hole. But you want to make sure it's long enough that if it does shift, it's not going to pop out. Okay, so basically you measure very carefully and cut or drill the holes for this, and you measure this shelf to be just slightly longer than the actual dimensions. So when you can get it in, you'll have to kind of bend and finagle the shelf a little bit to get it in the hole. And then you just take a couple pieces of chain, and that again is just wrapped around that pole on two sections, and then you tie it to the front of the shelf to make sure it's level. Now this shelf will hold light stuff. I mean, you're not gonna be able to pile it thick and heavy with a bunch of stuff, but you know, towels, alarm clocks, phones, chargers, anything that you might think to put up here. It's not going to be extremely heavy duty. It's not going to be able to hold 100 pounds or anything, but something light. Couple bits of advice: get the shelf that has the small lip for two reasons. Number one, when you're going to fold it down, this piece is going to stay in place, and this bar just basically folds up, and it's going to lay on your bed, and you don't want an extra thick thing here, and then you have to worry about the camper room and stuff like that with all the canvas and stuff. Number two is I just use some electrical tape, but tape the ends, because when you cut these off they become sharp, and when this goes up and down you don't want it to cut into your canvas, or if the wind blows you don't want it to come back and cut into your canvas. And another reason why you want to make this thin here is, for me and my wife, we sleep with our head underneath here. So if you have this hanging down more, I know I bump my head on it already. And if it's longer, you're gonna bump your head more. So I wanted to leave a little bit more space up here and just suffer with having my head get bumped every now and then, than to lose my space, because I have a little pull-out Rubbermaid shelf things that I put up here, and they need the room to sit. So just keep this as thin as possible, and then tape your ends so they don't scratch or ruin your canvas. And that's it.